Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to the Pyromancer guide. It is time to continue this little journey here in Sans Fortress, which I'm really hoping to get to the end of. I almost said get to the bottom of it, but we've already been there. I nearly fucking fell off. 3 seconds in. What I'm gonna do here is the standard shit you do. Summon Tarkus, kill the golem, and head up to Anor Londo. We're probably gonna spend more time in Anor Londo than here, but I do have some backtracking I need to do because I think it's time to upgrade my glove. I currently have it, what do I have it at? +8, so 2 more levels and we should be guaranteed to have Quelana. I did look after it, or not look into it, and essentially, because people have asked, Quelana can appear anytime your glove is past level 5. Now, people say that really her appearance depends on quite a few things. Apparently some people say that if you are invaded by a Pyromancer who already has a level 10 glove, the game will some reason count it. What does this message say? It's gonna say some... Okay. It didn't say anything witty, which is kind of a shame. So yeah, that's apparently kind of a rumor, but mainly guaranteeing it is having a +10 glove, which I'm close to having, because she for sure has the more interesting pyromancy spells. I'm not gonna leave this behind. This one drops a Titanite shard every single time, so you know, I'm happy about that. Nice job on the sonic boom. Isn't it weird? You know, I just thought about this. That this guy, you can make 2 weapons out of his soul. One of them casts a sonic boom. The other one casts fucking Shoryuken. Must have had Street Fighter on the mind with this dude. Okay, well, I seem to remember this boss being more of a problem with pyromancy. Did he just fucking fell off? Physics, man. Thanks, Tarkus, although I'm pretty sure I contributed 50-50 to that. That was insanely quick. Alright, I'm not gonna touch the circle just yet. We are instead gonna go back to Firelink. Well, that was way quicker and way easier than I ever could have imagined. I mean, knocking him off is the quickest way to take care of this boss for sure. It's just, it happens for me so rarely that I didn't think it would happen. Alright, cool. Sometimes you just get insanely lucky. Just as much as you can get insanely unlucky in a Souls game, so... yeah. By the way, I said I would upgrade my glove, however, I'm probably not gonna fuck with Quelana just yet because getting down to her would be way too much of a hassle. Like, I ain't got time to waste in an episode for that shit, that's for sure. Am I screwing myself? Yeah, I almost did. Look at the... holy shit. It actually goes that far. Damn. So, there's no way it could hit you, right? Yeah, no way. But that is kind of insane when... oh shit, I'm an idiot. Why did I do that? It's not gonna make too much of a kind of... I'm not gonna lose too much time, but still. You know why I do this? It's because I'm too used to Dark Souls 2 and 3 and Bloodborne, where you can just warp around everywhere. Oh well. Whatever. Just making it harder on myself, you know. You know what, actually, since we're here, I could just straight up kill the Asylum demon, couldn't I? And not have to worry about that. Yeah, let's do that, why not? I mean, it's in the way. Obviously, I'll use my souls first. And I am gonna make a fast track to the... what you call it? To the Painted World. It's gonna be a priority because there are several pyromancies there. Hello. So do you need to buy this dude's shit for him to I don't remember. Okay. What happens if I buy all of this? Okay. I like it that he's explaining it to us, whereas, you know, we are pyromancers. So anyways, yeah, you can of course get a second copy of the fireball spell, but you wouldn't really want to. Unlike sorceries, you know, unlike like a great soul arrow or something, you know, usually you get enough castings of pyromancies if you have a variety, and fireball is not especially good. That does look badass though. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Asylum demon. Let's go back and do that. Well, anyways, just in terms of what's been happening, finally fucking got an AC installed in my house today. We got one in the living room and one in my room, so it's pretty good. You know, I lived with an AC for 6 years in New York, and you come back here and because this is a house, not an apartment, it does keep cooler, you know. Oh fuck, well, that was incredibly bad jumping. Alright, well, yeah. Shouldn't talk about the AC while I'm doing Dark Souls platforming, but the point I was trying to make is we finally got one installed because I don't know, the summers have just been getting more humid, even though so far this summer has been absolutely terrible. Basically, okay, something just died. Basically, all of June was, this was the weather pattern. Rain, but not like, oh it's raining, but fucking Florida-esque thunderstorms. And then it got kind of cold, then it warmed up again to ridiculous degrees, and then storm again. And this was the pattern. You gotta be shitting me. Can you still make it from here? Are you... okay. Alright, alright, alright. It's... Can't really blame anyone but me. You're just gonna have to enjoy this with me, because we keep it real here on my channel, you know. We don't do any of that ninja editing. A lot of... seen them channels, the big YouTube channels, you know, like... I could name a few that clearly edit out their fails. But all those fools do it because they just want to clear out games quicker. I'm glad that trend is dead. Although, let me finish my point about the AC. Which, yeah, we got an AC. So, we're gonna be rocking closed windows, especially during the stream. So, all the dog barking, the ambulances, although we don't get them here too much. You know, children shouting outside, people getting shot, you know, the usual stuff that happens here. We're not gonna be hearing any of that. So yeah, one trend I'm glad is kind of dying on YouTube, and it actually is those YouTube Let's Play channels, or quote-unquote walkthrough channels. I know it's kind of ironic, like, just look at my channel, but you know those channels, I've talked about them before, the ones that somehow get every single game early before release, and they're basically just like a gaming dumping ground, shitting out 1 or 2, sometimes 3 to 5 episodes of every single new game that comes out, just to get the views of, you know, them being the first people to have footage of the game. You know who I'm talking about. There was Ghost Robo, I think, was one, like Tetra Ninja, and that trend seems to very much be kind of dying or already died out, because I don't know, I think people are more focused on, you know, personalities instead of... Because why those channels got so popular is because kids wanted to see what the game looks like when they couldn't afford it. And, you know, there's probably still a market for that. But I think people are looking more for personalities in YouTube instead of, you know, just like dumping grounds for content. If you really want to watch, you know, a new game that comes out or every new game, well, you have Twitch, you know, and there you can just watch the person play, and then you don't have to wait for episodes and all that. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Not even weird, but the problem is, like, a few years ago those channels were actually a problem because of their inside contact, you know, and they got every single new game early. There was essentially no way for anyone else to grow. And I'm not gonna lie, I tried making those types of videos as well before. I remember, for example, I really was working hard way back when Dishonored 1 was released to get it on a midnight release at least. And, you know, back then I was kind of approaching this whole YouTube thing differently. There was a point where I was kind of, you know, a little bit more desperate for subscribers instead of, you know, not that I don't want to grow at this point, but just learn to kind of let it happen, you know. You never know what's gonna blow up. For example, I made that Injustice 2 video with Captain Cold, kind of the top 5 tips, and it got like a ridiculous amount of views, and I wasn't even expecting it. So, you know, you never know kind of what's gonna get popular. Like, I did an album review for the Arctic Monkeys record that came out, and it was super popular. So, you know, not that I'm not trying new stuff, but I kind of just learned to, you know, just let it happen naturally instead of always striving for everything to be first, you know, and all that. And those channels pretty much worked on that, but even still, because they got the games earlier, you could be at the midnight release and live 2 minutes away from the GameStop, and you would still be later than those guys. How they did it, I don't know, because basically everyone's determined that that is breaking embargo. So, you know, never mind. We can skirt around the rules. I think the gaming companies didn't really mind because it got them views, and it's like whatever. So for this boss coming up, really the best thing to do is just, it's really just to bleed him, use the katana. And this dude is not gonna take a lot of fire damage because, you know, Black Knights, they're resistant to it. But they're not resistant to this Nippon Steel Parry. Or Nippon Steel Riposte, more like. Because, yeah. So that is, you know, YouTube story time with MrSketchead for today done. There are so many trends that have come and gone on YouTube, you know. It's kind of crazy. And believe me, the current ones as well are probably gonna go as well. Like, even, just think about, when was the last time you've seen Casey Neistat on the front page? I remember when every single one of that dude's vlogs was on the front page, and you know, I probably still getting ridiculous amounts of views, but just like the incredible push that was happening is definitely no longer there. You know what? I'm kind of stupid because I genuinely don't know what the stats are for the Chaos Blade. So I'm gonna have to kind of wing it here with what I'm upgrading. I'll have to look it up because I'm pretty sure it requires more strength. So, you know, I don't know, Casey Neistat was just, because he stopped making daily vlogs after a while, or he paused a little bit. And I think that's enough. That's just the type of thing to, when you're kind of a trend, it's kind of, you know, easy to lose the steady audience. Or maybe people just figured out that you don't need to put nearly as much effort into your vlogs as he does, because Logan Paul does the same shit and he gets, you know, 3 times as many views, and he does nowhere near as much camera work and editing and all that as Casey Neistat did. I don't know why I'm talking so much about this. It's what's on my mind. Is this... See the bleed? Any enemy that looks like this is super weak to bleed, so... You just gotta, you know... have a weapon that does it. Even if this shit wasn't upgraded, it would probably still do decent damage. Because I think bleed is a static... Well, actually, I'm not sure how bleed works. No matter, it's dead. So... Cool, let's go. But really the most important thing was the peculiar doll. That's really that's where the money's at in this level. Or this area. And we're still gonna have time, plenty of time for Anor Londo. This is, you know, I like being efficient in an episode. That is always a plus. Yeah, I'm just gonna burn these fools because, you know, they want to burn me. And you kind of learn not to mess with enemies like this. This is Bone Wheel Skeleton .1. Is that a starter? No way. You wouldn't have that weapon as a starter unless he's in New Game Plus. Okay. Time for the Anorest of Londos. Oh yeah, and by the way, speaking of trends that are probably gonna fade, Fortnite. Fortnite is probably gonna be in that category. I mean, I remember not even that long ago when fucking Rocket League was the biggest. There's always games that get kind of picked up like that, crazy amounts, you know. And then they're popular for maybe a year and a half, 2 years, and then bam, gone. Like before Rocket League, I think it was definitely... like League of Legends was popular for a long time. And it's nowhere near as big as it is today as it was 5 years ago. Counter-Strike was picked up as well for a long time. And oh yeah, the big granddaddy of them all, which is COD, obviously. And again, I say that as someone who enjoys Fortnite. Really, I think what Fortnite gets right is not having a dickish business model. I kind of really appreciate it. I mean, sure, does it push microtransactions? Of course, that's how they make their money. But it's nowhere near as... Yeah, my phone's ringing. Or it's buzzing, but... Busy with Sans Fortress, you know. I could pause it, but it's whatever. It's not even my work phone, which I might, you know, pause and think about, but... Did I just straight up walk into... And why did... Again, Dark Souls physics. It's always a treat. When it pushes you the other fucking way. Yeah. Luckily, we made it. We made it out alive. Actually, looking at the time. Now we'll still have time for Anor Londo. And of course, this is the secret. The secret back door. But we don't really need to go there. It's another giant. He drops a... Oh shit, he does drop a chunk, doesn't he? I was a little bit desperate for a chunk in the last PvP stream. And I completely forgot about the giant. Probably would have been the easiest. Oh well, next time. I'm never gonna remember. We'll need chunks for this character as well. No, actually we won't. Because, you know, Chaos Blade. The lighting is so weird. Just this one little area. It gets really fucked up. I mean, I get it. It makes sense because the building is blocking the sun. But still, you know. Alright, off we go. Demon Souls reference for anyone who doesn't know. I gotta do another playthrough of Demon Souls sometime. Although, but no, because I need to set up my PS3 then. The thing is, I always have, I see it in my stream and comments, like people who have no idea what Demon Souls is like because they either joined the series late or they don't own a PS3. Sometimes, you know, I like to show off Demon Souls. I think it's not a terrible game, but honestly, I'll say this, and it's probably gonna piss off some people, but if you miss out on playing Demon Souls, you're not missing out on much. Is it good? Yeah, but it's more of a... I would say it's more of kind of like a relic, just to see how the series began. Anyways, here we are, Anor Londo. Try not fucking around too much here. Again, I'm gonna beeline it to the painted world. Pick up a couple of pyro. There's only one though, isn't? Is there just one? I don't remember. I think there's only one. Now this hoe, do we? No, we don't. Okay. She actually has some interesting dialogue. If you wanna see it, well, don't watch this one because I'm skipping her. I'm gonna try making Anor Londo dark, I think. I've not really done that ever, and it is kind of a cool event, I would say. I mean, this is not the, like, pretty much this is the last chance I get to do it. Well, not last, you know what I mean, because can't do it in the cleric guide. Because we gotta be, you know, all religious and shit in that run. Way to miss. Well done, me. Am I just seriously standing there like an idiot? Top 10 boss fights of Dark Souls 2 confirmed. It's not even dropping anything. Oh yeah. Seriously? You can't go back. It is probably gonna be absolutely stupid. But of course you can go back. Just gotta do some tricky platforming. Because here in this chest you get a free Demon Titanite. I think there's also one up near the bonfire, which I missed. Just, it's been a long time since I've had to search for Demon Titanite, you know. Cool. Surprise, bitch. And stab. This is like some Westworld Season 2 shit, you know. The way I'm skewering all these fools. I'm getting towards the end of Westworld Season 3. 2. There is no Season 3 yet. I mean, to be honest with you, I shouldn't talk. I just shouldn't talk about shit. Every time I get off topic, I fall off of something. This is like a pattern here. But I did enjoy Westworld Season 2 so far. I don't know what the conclusion is going to be. But it's going to make absolutely no sense from just the way the season's been going. But I will admit that Season 1 is way superior. You know, not knocking Season 2. First of all, not much Anthony Hopkins is a bad thing, you know. He's one of the best best things about Season 1, I think. But I think the bigger issue and you know, I'm not gonna spoil anything obviously, is that they made the timeline way too convoluted. Okay, I lied earlier. I'm gonna spoil Westworld Season 1. Obviously, you know, the Season 1 twist, the big twist, is that the story with the man in the black hat and Dolores and William's story take place 30 years apart, and William is actually the man in the black hat. You know, that was the big thing. And you know, there's this whole thing about androids having perfect memory and all that. Now that was an interesting twist. Two timelines, you know, and then you had the aha moment, and you kind of think back and you're like, whoa, really? Yeah, they never interacted, those two characters. And so yeah, that was a cool twist. Season 2 Westworld seems to think that like 4 timelines is a good idea. And I think it just becomes to the point where, I don't know, you have to have like a drawing board of what is happening in what timeline, and it just gets tedious. Got the full package here. This, I didn't talk about this before, but this is one of the shittiest shields in the game. 85 physical defense, very, very heavy, and doesn't offer any special protection. Sure, it has high lightning and fire defense, but that is not even that useful. So yeah, this is truly one of the worst shields in the game. Hopefully I'm pushing this shit the right way. The reason I'm not using these souls, by the way, is because I'm unsure about the Chaos Blade, and I want to look it up before I make any stupid decisions. Cool. How am I doing? Yeah, this is gonna be kind of a shorter episode, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I don't think I'll have time to really do anything significant from here on out. Not until the end of the episode, at least. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode here, if I can talk. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I don't know why I'm going around like an idiot in circles, but thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Pyro Guide. And I got invaded. Wonderful. Well, we'll deal with this. I think I'll deal with this off screen. See you later.